fans. What it do? What it do? KC.
What's up, family?
P. Corey C. What's up, fellas? We
What's
live.
happening, man? What's good, Tiger Nation?
What's happening, to y'all little family?
Let us know y'all can hear us. Sound check, 1, 2. Let us know if y'all can hear us, man. Game day, man. WC Gordon Classic. Finally made it home, man. We at the vet.
We're
With the crib.
Finally.
Boy, it's been a long 4 weeks, man. A whole month of traveling.
It seems like a lot longer.
Started in Atlanta, then we go over to Miami, then we go over to the big raggedy. We did start in Atlanta. Then we finished up San Marcos, man. We finally make it home. Happy to be back at home, back in the Jack. 6 p.m. kickoff, Jack State versus Bethune-Cookman, WC Gordon Classic. It's a red out, man. Zoe didn't get the memo, but he gonna be ready before the game start. Good deal.
Y'all got to get here because it's already cranking up at the vet. If you look out there, we see people already here, already setting up, tailgating start, parking lot already starting to. I won't say fill up, but we got people already trickling in. So don't snooze. We need the fans to come out and support. TC Taylor's first home game. It's something he's been waiting on for
the camera setting.
It's something he's been waiting on for a long time, so we got to come out and support him. Obviously, WC Gordon Classic. So hope everybody got your red gear. If you don't have your red, like we got some vendors out here too.
So
it's not too late to grab your red gear.
Good. Perfect.
we're good. Perfect.
Hey man, that red popping right now too, man. So yeah, it's we've been waiting on this. 2-2, tough road sled. Now we get into SWAC play. 7 straight SWAC games. The goal is to finish 9-2. It starts with Bethune-Cookman. We can start our first win of a new winning streak in the SWAC. We start that today. Actually, Southern.
Well,
we start. Hold on. Wait a minute. I might be wrong on that. We beat Southern, so we good. We lost FAMU, end of the streak. So we want to know. We get to continue that. But we get to continue our home winning streak, though. All right, there we go.
What's the current home winning streak?
I want to say it's 13 games.
See, this is Cortez. I'm gonna go ahead and stop you right now, man. We ain't doing that. That ain't true. You saying that without giving Bethune-Cookman any respect. If he don't win by 50, we need to start worrying. You can worry. We're not gonna worry though.
You gotta worry about a number.
We just need to win.
Well, one reason why we can't say that, honestly, we don't know a lot about this Bethune-Cookman team. If you want to be honest, it's a brand new team. New coach, roster overhaul, and if you look at their schedule, they played 2 FBS opponents, then they played a D2.
Right.
So if you're talking about apples to apples comparing it against a SWAC team, we really don't know. Obviously, we got coaches that watch film and break down, but when looking at their record, that's not necessarily indicative of who they are. Especially talk about playing a Miami and a Memphis, right? So we don't know. We don't know much about this team, so it'll be interesting. Now, do we expect to win? Absolutely, we expect to win the ball game, but to say 50 and all this. I know we say JSU by 40. That's the motto, but we got to see what this Bethune-Cookman team is working with.
But that actually adds to the whole equalizer about today's game because we say it's the full conference slate for the entire conference. So again, you have to take the outliers away. I know we tend to look at, like you mentioned, Corey, Bethune-Cookman's played 2 FBS teams. Then it's like, okay, how they look against those teams? Or we can also translate to say, how do we look last week against Texas State? And again, they're outliers. There's not a true barometer of where you are. The true barometer starts today with where you are. And again, they do have a lot of question marks because against those FBS opponents, the tape shows a lot of things, but also only shows so much. Because again, they tend to be an outlier. And when you talk about a whole different level of play, it's hard to gauge that. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing that you can gauge does still translate on film. For an example, you can gauge effort. They showed that against Miami. You know what I mean?
They did.
They just got outclassed by superior talent, superior competition. So again, do we expect to win? Of course we do. But again, I expect to see, a charged up, motivated Bethune-Cookman team because again, first conference game for them. Because everything that they play for still is in front of them as well.
That's true.
At this juncture, we all have the same thing. Every last team in the SWAC controls its destiny today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get their best effort, not because it's just Jackson State, but because it's the first conference game for them, to the season, because everybody's goals are still on the table.
Right.
And so we can never undermine that no matter who the opponent is.
And I interviewed their radio play-by-play guy. He admitted that they were kind of vanilla in those games. They didn't show a lot. So again, it's just not a lot out there for us to.
Especially if they know, what's at stake with who they're playing. You want to come out healthy for all intents and purposes. They did that. They didn't have any major injuries in those 2 games. And
Quarterback.
Quarterback, but I think he's actually going to be back to play today. You see what I'm saying? So,
Do we know what his injury? What happened with him?
I can't recall what the actual injury
But
was.
all 3 of the quarterbacks have played though.
Yeah.
And they have
Well, I mean, the quarterback that they want is the kid Sprague. He was the number 1 JUCO quarterback coming into this season. He committed to Bethune-Cookman late July, so he was kind of one of them James Houston pickups for them. Had a really good game against Savannah State when they won 31-6. But that's pretty much the sample size that we see. The kid is a 6'5", 215, 220 kid, big kid, big arm, and but the equalizer is going to be the SWAC sack leader, man, Devontae Davis. So I think people see this is what's happening. I think that game against Texas State is giving people in the SWAC cause to pause on Jackson State to think that the game is going to be easy. I can tell you right now, there is no team in the SWAC that would have won against that team. I'm sorry. It just, I'm not saying that like there's some type of moral victory, but we're also not going to see a team that's got a roster like that. You know what I mean?
I don't think people followed their roster. We were following throughout the offseason. So
for those that don't know, Texas State was number 2 in the amount of FBS transfers behind Colorado. Our previous Coach Prime's at Colorado, he completely flipped the roster, and I think you had some 60-some players, FBS transfers that actually joined Texas State. So there was a completely different team loaded with FBS and some FCS. A lot of them from Incarnate Word, who was only one possession away from the championship game.
FCS championship. And they brought 4 of those offensive linemen over.
No, they brought the whole offensive line.
Well, actually, 4 of them start, I think.
4 starters, yeah.
They only brought 10 players from Incarnate Word. It's very similar to what Colorado did. They brought 10 players from Incarnate Word. The majority of those players came from the O-line, but the vast majority of transfers actually came from FBS, and they have some FCS transfers. And also, you can't undermine the fact that their head coach, though he came from Incarnate Word, never left home.
Yeah.
That's pretty much just got a promotion still there where he was with Incarnate Word. Being San Marcos is nowhere, from San Antonio.
Well, the reason why I say that is because, like, when you look at Jackson State, the first 4 games was obviously the toughest games of the year for us. Yeah. And I say that because what we say, the first one is always the toughest. New coach, new staff, new team, starting in Atlanta against a team that beat us in the Celebration Bowl. Then you move on to FAMU, who built their roster really to beat Coach Prime and whatever Coach Prime was going to do in year 3 had he stayed at Jackson State. I think they had 1 more FBS transfer than we did. I think we had 16, they had 17, if I'm not mistaken. But they were tit for tat. Yeah. Big roster, big team. We docked our head off to FAMU. Then you go over to Southern, which was an early rivalry game in Baton Rouge. We win the game, but it should have been by a little bit more. But then we finish up at Texas State on the road, and then all 4 of them on the road. Like, this is the first time you're actually going to see us. So I think people are coming into this game thinking that Jackson State isn't as tough as it is. You know what I mean? So the rest of the SWAC going to get their shot now. Everybody that's on the schedule, it counts. It counts towards SWAC play. And like we said, the expectation is to go 7-2 because the bright spot of the Texas State game, even though we lost, was the fact that we scored 34 points against a FBS. It should have been more. We should have scored 40. We actually dropped the touchdown in the red zone, which it could have been 40 plus. So maybe you say, okay, they didn't have a good defense. Whatever you want to say, however you want to slice it.
But you can't have your cake and eat it.
You can't. The thing that kind of was our Achilles heel in the first few games was what? Red zone scoring. We corrected that. So what we want to see is a continuation of that same thing, same flow, same, I would say, just success on offense today. So my question is what has Bethune-Cookman, what does Bethune-Cookman present that's going to be able to stop? Because I don't really think anybody in the SWAC that's left on our roster can really stop our offense when we do what we do. Because we are loaded, and you saw it against the FBS school. So I'm not going to get into the score prediction just yet, but even the sample size of what I've seen with Bethune-Cookman, no disrespect to them, I just seen what we got. And now we get to go out and correct our mistakes, clean up special teams, tackle better. If we do those things and continue the same success on offense, I don't think nobody can beat us for the rest of the year.
What was the point differential between us and Texas State? How many did we lose by?
43.
And put up how many?
34.
So if you look at other SWAC teams going up against FBS teams, what was the average point difference?
About 50 to 60, 50-ish.
Other than FAMU going up against who was South Florida?
FAMU against South Florida, yep.
But other than that, was the point differential? Did they score as many points as us? So
Not at all.
why are we being written off? That's what I understand.
Well, for one, it's Jackson State. For two,
That's number
people.
one.
That's the first thing. People want to, always take the, the left-handed approach when it comes up.
It's the things that you tend to want to look out of. But I'll say this. Jackson State take care of its special teams issues. Because I always state that the FAMU game and the Texas State game, they mirror each other. Jackson State take care of their special teams issues. We only have two deficiencies. We have two deficiencies that actually keep us from being undefeated right now. Special teams and tackle.
Yeah, we got to correct that.
So
like ASAP.
So notice I didn't say we don't lose a particular game. Special teams and tackle. Those two things you rectify, we don't lose to anybody. Back to your point, when we talk about a technical standpoint, we have it. You know what I'm saying? We see it. Again, there's not so much about the amount of points we score. We were trading offensive scores possession by possession with an FBS team.
While giving them a short field. What was their longest drive?
Did
they go to Lincoln Field?
Maybe 45 yards.
Yeah, they got a good field position.
They got it the whole time. But even with that short field position, we turn right back around. So we're trading score for score with them.
Right.
You don't see that from a SWAC school at all. That does not happen. Special teams are tackling. That's rectified. We don't lose to anyone. I say that proudly. That's not being a homer. That's not being a Jackson State fan.
They say it's gonna say your tackles are your tackles. Like if they can't tackle, they can't tackle. You're not gonna go recruit nobody.
I mean, so watch this. If we cancel, you say we tackled in the South Carolina Grand Prix. We did.
Yeah, we did.
We tackled well in the Southern game.
We did.
We did. Again, tackling.
So what's the real JSU? Can we tackle or not? I guess that's the question.
Well, it's 50-50.
Well, I tell you what. We'll find today because we're 50-50 on that number, right? We're 2-2.
Or you can say it this way: we do it, we don't do it. We do it, we don't do it. We back on do it.
I like your point.
And then hopefully we do it, and keep it going.
Hold on, sound good when you say it. Do it. So the thing is, again, tackling the special teams. If those things are taken care of, we assure ourselves a victory. And again, when we talk about people, we've heard the things about quarterback play, which is asinine to me because our quarterback play is so putrid, yet our quarterback leads the conference in completion percentage and passing yards. He's only one down in touchdowns, way less interceptions.
Let me go ahead and say this. I hate always going back to the past, but I knew it was gonna happen. Shedeur Sanders spoiled the fan base.
You can see that.
It's just hard to come behind.
You can see that.
But this isn't the fan base. This is the
Jake Brown
coalition.
was in a tough position.
This is the coalition. This is not just the fan base. It's a
fan base.
They don't count. They gonna say that.
But the point
They said it about you.
the point that I'm getting at is that it's across. The point I'm getting at, not to disagree with you, it's across the board. What I'm saying is that is the narrative that's being out there, whether it's a few JSU fans or the coalition.
It's not a few JSU fans.
So
it's not. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to cut you off or anything. That's real. There's a real, especially when you got Zy McDonald that's played well. You got people. The backup quarterback at Jackson State has always been the star of the team. Y'all know it, and we know it too. You know what I'm saying? And it's just. But Jason has done his thing. He played a great game against Texas State. Finally got one interception, but which was due to a penalty not called. But you're right though. If you get 2 years of Shedeur, right? We've seen it. He's throwing at high 60s, low 70s. You know what I mean? And now you look at the success he's having, and now it's like all of a sudden we're overanalyzing the position when they're two different players. What they're asked to do is totally different. The approach to the game is totally different. We did everything based off the fact that we knew that two was going to be at quarterback. There was no quarterback controversy. It didn't matter who else was in the room. We just didn't want to see two get hurt, right? So when that happened, now we transition out, and now we back to what we used to do, and that is overanalyze the quarterback position. When you look at what the quarterback is asked to do, you look at how they're able to control the game and control what they can control. Then you look at the fact that each game, these are the facts. Each game we've had some adjustments on the offensive line.
Right.
In 4 straight games, we've had some adjustments. What that means is that we've had some wins, we've had some losses on the O-line versus in the trench play. That can affect what a quarterback look like, what they do. You know what I'm saying? So Football isn't played 7-on-7 like we see in it's not really like that. When you got when you take the big boys out front, you see what I'm saying? It could alter it.
Of everything.
Absolutely.
And then set the 4 on the other side, the 5
And,
on the other
if
side.
you don't believe what I'm saying, just go back and look at the Texas State game and look at TJ Finley. He was not touched the entire game except for when he ran the ball. So it speaks to their O-line, but it also speaks to our D-line didn't win any battles that game. It is what it is. But when you have a quarterback that can sit back there, what did we say in the pregame? Hey, listen, man, if this kid, 6'7", 255 pounds, is able to, he's a 4-star kid that committed to LSU, went to Auburn, anybody. But I'm just saying, when you take a quarterback of that caliber and he's allowed to sit back there and do what he want to do, he will pick you apart, and that's what he proceeded to do. You got to get to the quarterback. So some teams had some success getting to our quarterback, and when you see that, it's like I question football acumen when you start trying to say we need to do something at the quarterback. No, we don't have a quarterback problem at all.
The thing that
Not exact
but the thing that I always point back to that disputes everything. You know, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie.
Right.
Again, as we speak right now, the conference leader in yards, completion percentage. He's one off in touchdowns, way less interceptions. I probably would venture to say he probably has the least amount of interceptions of any starter in the conference. So again,
that's true.
That negates anything
that has thrown some appreciable amount of passes.
Yeah,
I think Musa got 3. Blood might got he bled out, like you said. He got a lot of.
So you say we don't have a quarterback issue. I agree. So I think the quarterback play can always improve. I think if you look at
the better version of itself, I agree.
Well, yeah, but I think if you look at what has held us back, it goes back to the 2 things that Ken said. Well, were they special teams and tackling? So if you're looking at the quarterback play, if you're looking at ranking our issues from top to bottom, where will quarterback play land on that list? We know when we 1 and 2. Is it 3rd?
I will put it 4th.
What's 3rd?
I would say special team blocking. Special teams tackling, then O-line play. I would say special teams tackling, O-line play, then quarterback play. Because again, whether he's Shedeur-esque or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna real quick. I ain't mean to cut you off. We're not gonna deal with the trolls, man. Take it how you want to take it. We're not gonna do it. So you got to shoot with it, and you can go on your own platform and go talk and do whatever you want to talk about. But we're not gonna do the trolls, man. So if we mute you, then you know why. You earned it. Go ahead, bro.
No, but I would, no matter whether it's Shedeur-esque or someone who isn't.
Yeah.
Because somebody put in the comment, I agree wholeheartedly. If we have Shedeur with this team at Texas State, we don't win that game.
With this team? I don't think the quarterback was an issue.
No, but
that wasn't an issue.
No, that's my point.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Quarterback was not the issue.
Yeah.
The reason why we lost the game was because special team tackling. I'm saying even if we have Shedeur on the Texas State team, we still lose that game if we play the way
I get what you're saying.
So that's my point. Special teams tackling, O-line play, and the quarterback. I'm highlighting the fact that quarterback play is not an alarming thing for us in regards to wins and losses so far this season. It has not been on the quarterback. It hasn't. And the numbers and the way we play speak to that. Our main issue, special teams and tackling. We get those things rectified, we are undefeated right now.
I mean, whenever you analyzing football,
you say undefeated. We still don't.
If we tackle well against Texas State, we are undefeated. If we tackle well and special teams is not a problem, we're undefeated. Yes, I did. Hold on. Yes, we would have beaten Texas State if we tackle well and special teams come to play.
I don't disagree. I mean, in any game, if you tackling well and you covering, I mean, it's three phases to the game.
Offense.
Now the thing that we didn't factor in, even with that, the tackling well and special teams, is the referees. So maybe the referees maybe they switch it up a little bit. No, it's noise outside. Okay. We just have to deal with it. But no, man. Anytime we're analyzing football, the experts are always experts after the game. Like it's easy, it's low hanging fruit. It's easy to go and say what we would have could. No, they're not actually. So what I'm saying is, what do you always say, though? Every offense is effective. Every play is effective.
Every offense.
It comes down to what?
Every defense work. It comes down to
execution. So if it doesn't work, the experts are always saying we should have did this. We should have did that. That's easy though when you already know what has happened. So I'm telling you. So, but this is what I say: when you're looking at that, it does not make sense. Now, if it's a bad decision, it's just a bad decision. Bad call is a bad call. Bad play, bad situation of football, bad time management, poor time. We can see the bad, but I don't feel like the coaches don't go into and say, let's run this right here. They have data. They have practice that they've seen where they've seen this play executed. They've seen this play run. Oh, how many times have we been at practice? Run it over. Run it over. You're building that muscle memory. You're building that chemistry. You're building that camaraderie amongst the roster. My point is, when they make that call, they're looking at that play, how it's executed, if executed correctly. Because what have we seen this team do better than any team we've seen in the Jack State uniform in quite some time? Downfield blocking by the wide receivers and tight ends. This has been, you can tell that they emphasize that. So when you see it executed in the game, you can see, okay, man, we're really good in this area.
But the main thing to add to what you're saying is when they're doing it over, it's not only just the data, it's trust. That's
correct.
That's the thing, is trust.
That's correct.
I'm seeing something that I trust and believe that we can do,
we
can have success in. But to mention that earlier, when we talk about everything actually works, people understand there are way more variables in football than any other sport. Again, there's 11 players on the field, and you got 5 on the line, so you literally got about 6 different responsibilities. If one person on that O-line, and I'm gonna touch on this because we mentioned about the O-line play. Well, the O-line play has actually been good. Saying you may have, what's going to prove my point, you may have leakage. One player on that line, it negates the rest of the 4 players on that line.
Yeah.
So again, there are too many variables and too many moving parts. Again, the O-line can be well, but if every man does not do his job, the play will not work. And so we're quick to question a decision to why you run this play when there's data or a reason as to why you run a play. But again, if it's not executed, it will not work. It will not work. Again, if the play, listen, if the O-line is blocking, but for some odd reason there's a blitz and the running back doesn't pick up the blitz man, the play will not work.
Right.
Everything has to work in order for a play to have success.
That's correct.
And people have to understand it. So it's not just, why did you make this call?
Yeah.
They see something that's going to actually work. If everything works the way it's supposed to. Now, granted, we like athleticism, so when things break down, you see what I'm saying? Because maybe I could buy myself some time or do something in case something doesn't work.
Yeah.
And that's the thing we tend to cling to because we like insurance. We want something that's going to work, in, you know what I'm saying, in lieu of.
Yeah.
That's what we want. And so that's what we cling to. I've been saying Aflac all weekend. So that's what Black people, that's what we want. We like Aflac. We want, you know what I'm saying, that in addition to. So if this don't work, you can run and pick up yardage because everything else is unaccounted for.
Yeah.
That's what we like.
Why we ain't got the quarterback in there that can run fast? Well, if you got to start like what you did a good job breaking that down. When you break down the execution aspect of it. But to move the conversation along.
Let me say something about that execution. That's the thing that the average fan doesn't watch. And it has happened several times where a player missed an assignment, missed the block, and they were taken out of the game. So the fan, they complain about the coach. Why did he take such? I won't call any names to put in our guys on blast.
No doubt.
Why did he take this guy? Why I haven't seen him.
Great point, Corey.
Guess what? He missed an assignment, missed the block.
But you know what? To this point, if someone's made their mind up that they want to complain, it does not matter what explanation you give them. They're just going to move the goalposts and say, well, it could have been this. Well, what about that? So you kind of got to – football dialogue is different than somebody that's just peed off and just want to yap and complain. So I tend to stay away from that because I'm like, this ain't about football. This is about your emotions and your inability to accept what done already happened. You know what I'm saying? Or what you felt like would have happened. With that, there's still no data that says if whoever you think was in the game. But what we'll do is we'll see something else happen and be like, see, had this would have been there, then that would have happened. But you still don't, if you're not addressing the key issue, like you stated, it could have been a missed assignment on the O-line that could have happened at the time that this particular individual was in the game. And it just, you see what I'm saying? That's we know that already. So I tend to try to avoid all that and just keep it about football.
So fans, at the end of the day, remember, at the end of the day, assignment, alignment, responsibility. That's always what it comes down to.
That's correct.
No doubt. So looking at this Bethune-Cookman team and looking at obviously us going up against them, what do you think are some keys to victory today? What we need to do?
My key to victory always starts with turnovers, man. It always starts with turnovers. Here's why. We didn't create many turnovers. We created a turnover last game.
Pretty one.
So we created a couple of fumbles. We just didn't get we didn't get on the ball, right?
Mhm.
We got a late interception in the red zone. Tim Stewart, shout out to Tim, leading the team, 2 on the season.
Didn't celebrate this time.
But I say turnovers because that's a good point.
That's my guy.
But that turnover,
What up?
was the turning point of the game, though. Go back and look at it. We're trading touchdowns, right?
11 minutes ago.
11 minutes ago.
That
But the problem was, even not to go too back into the game,
Yeah.
we are, but we had a 14-point gap in the lead. It started off 14-0, and we started trading touchdowns.
Exactly.
But we scored 3 straight touchdowns, though. Now the flow ended after that interception, regardless of the fact. Now this goes back to our point. We go to Rico. Rico is double covered, and he's also held. Referee doesn't make the call. So what the football mind say, well, man, if it's 2 over here, you could have looked in the flat, you could have looked in the slot, you could have looked in some, check down. Maybe there was another person or another option that he could have went to. True indeed. All right, whatever. But my point is that turnover actually changed the dynamic of the game. Because when we saw that they weren't making the call, and Coach TC even said that at halftime to the team, like, we let that affect our mental, and they sprung off what? I want to say they gave up what? They went 3 straight touchdowns after that. Was it 4 straight?
4
Whew, man, it got ugly after that. But my point is, first point, turnovers. Can we create more turnovers today against Bethune-Cookman? If you go back and look at Southern, we won the turnover battle. You go back and look at South Carolina State, we won the turnover battle. When you go back and look at FAMU, we lost the turnover battle. There's a correlation, There's a correlation to turnovers and how the outcome of the game comes. So my first point is I always start with turnovers. That's the first point that we got to win the turnover battle today.
I'm going to stick to the reason why we lost. The main thing for anything when it comes to relation to Jackson State with this team and this season.
Yep.
Special teams.
Okay.
We've got to clean special teams up because, again, I stand on it. Special teams and tackling. Those 2 things you rectified, man, ain't nobody seeing us. I mean it wholeheartedly. So the keys to this game, yes, Ken, turnovers is always number one. Football 101. Whoever wins the turnover battle, your percentages of you winning that game are immensely high, right? But in relation to Jackson State University, after that, because that's just that remains the point for every game, every team.
Yeah.
But for us in particular, the data is there. Special teams. Special teams get better, and we can tackle. This game won't be close.
So let's be more specific on that special teams. I'll give you one. It comes down to field position. That's going to be a key to victory. Because again, if you look at Texas State, I talked about earlier, how many sustained drives did they have? They had a short field. So if we continue, we're putting our defense in a bind. If you look at the final score and see how many points they score, you look at the defense. Yeah, the defense didn't play well, but if you give them a short field all day long, that's going to be the result. So field position.
Well, you know what? I probably should change my moniker. I like the fact that you just said that. Because, see, I should take special teams out of it. You say field position, because actually when I speak about special teams, what's my issue with special teams?
Tackling.
That's what I say. So you're right. Because guess how
you have to tackle them.
Because that's my point. Because see, you mentioned field position. I was like, you know what, Corey, you're right. Because why did they get great field position? It's not because they got these horrible short kicks. It's because we're not tackling. And let me just tell everybody, when it comes to tackling on kickoff team, special teams is like rebounding in basketball. You do not have to have a particular skill set. There isn't this talent gap on special teams, only with the returners. It comes down to want to. You have to have lane integrity and so want to. You got to want to stick your face in there and get a doggone tackle. That's all it is. It's not about skill set. It's desire, will, and want to. So to answer your point, we have to. I know that we're going to exchange some guys out to actually get down there because we've had guys, even in the Southern game, on that great punt return they had. We had guys down there ready to make the tackle, break down everything. We're just not tackling. So again, to answer your point, yes, we need to tackle that. That's my biggest thing. So forgive me. Take special teams off of there for me.
Did you get that from TC? Because he said that in at least
no.
3 interviews.
He said it. That was in the reaction after the game. It was in the sideline.
No, TC is saying it.
No, he's saying it. He definitely.
Guys that only like they want to be out there. which is
To be honest, I haven't seen a single clip. Happy belated birthday to Coach TC, by the way.
Oh yeah, man.
I hadn't
birthday,
seen
Coach.
anything that TC said. You know what I'm saying? Leading up to this week, I haven't. Because last week really ticked me off that bad. But no, it comes down to tackling for us. We got to tackle that.
Right.
Because you're right. Because it's not fair to say special teams. Because honestly, injury, but I feel go kicker was fine. You know what I'm saying? Everything in relation to special teams was okay. Our main thing was what? Kickoff coverage, punt coverage. But why those two particular things? Because we're kicking the ball off in both cases.
Mm-hmm.
Our issues are tackling on both of those.
Right.
So it comes down to tackling for us.
I ain't got to add none of that.
So you talked about on that play where Jason threw that interception. You said Rico was double teamed.
It was held.
Well, he was held, which allowed the safety to come over and over the top and catch the ball.
Okay.
I mean, it was obvious. It was an obvious hold. Rico was trying to break loose, and they still, even the referee standing right there looking at it, like it was crazy that they didn't call it.
I thought you said double team. The reason why I asked you this is because we need your opinion on what wide receivers need to step up. Because I was interviewing the radio play-by-play guy, Bethune, and he talked about, because he obviously watched the film, and he talked about possibly double teaming some wide receivers, namely Rico Powers. This is him, the radio guy. He's not the coach, but he saw that on film. So if he's seeing that, other coaches are seeing that.
Well,
they
they first and foremost, Isaiah Spencer needs to be on the field. I'm sorry, man. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, this kid is special. I mean, he has done nothing but produce. This is a home game, and I say that for this reason. I ain't saying it because I'm a Massachusetts Jaguar.
It's okay.
I might be a little biased, but whatever. If that was the case, I'd say that Braxton Barney and DJ need to be started. But no, all we've seen Isaiah Spencer do, even on kick return, punt return, I mean, he's a baller, man. But I'll say Duke Miller in the slot. I love to see Andre Hunt in the slot as well. But from a wide receiver standpoint, we're deep in that room, man. We're deep in that room. But the first name that comes to mind after you say Rico Powers, because Rico is a problem. You got to double team. If you don't, he's leading the conference in reception yards, and he's been producing each game. So maybe what they saw was Texas State tries to take Rico out of the game. If he gets the ball, he's a problem. That's all he did against Southern. Isaiah Spencer is my guy, and I want to see Isaiah Spencer on the field, because what we know, we've seen the sample size enough to know that this kid is not – he's a true freshman. He's not your average true freshman. But this is what we see at Power 5 programs, man. If he was at USM, he was at Georgia Tech, if he was at wherever, Mississippi State, he'd be on the field. So, and I'm not – I just want to see him on the field because I think he's a weapon. I think he's a problem. Whether you put him on the outside, inside, kick return, punt return, you ask about wide receivers, that's going to be my guy I'm going to go to. Shout out to all the rest of them, but I want to see Isaiah Spencer get in the game early.
And I'm comfortable with him back there returning those punts, man.
Shout
out to Mike B. His pet peeve is a true freshman returning punts. Even Kevin Cole, 4-star, but he just didn't like the idea of a true freshman. But Isaiah back there, getting a little comfortable. I'm not worried about him back there.
I think this is a great asset. But to actually add another point about Rico that a lot of people need to understand. At this juncture, we got 4 games of film, and typically a lot of people tend to mimic a copycat what they see other teams do. And TC actually mentioned this. I want to say it was after the Southern game or the FAMU game, but you're gonna always see, and we saw last week against Texas State. You're gonna always see safety help on top of Rico.
Yeah.
No matter who we play, you're going to see it.
Yep.
Because we in enough games we've shown to use him to stretch the field.
Yep.
And the one thing that we do on offense is that we use the entirety of the field. We pretty much go horizontally quite often. But if you notice, a lot of times when we've gone to Rico, we've gone vertically with him. But here's the thing: on all of Rico's touchdowns, watch this. He's gotten huge chunk plays vertically and horizontally. So the thing is, he's a major weapon for us. And what you want to do as a defense is basically what they're showing you. They feel that he's our best weapon. And so true to any defense, you want to take your best weapon away. And so that's why you're seeing that. Because again, Southern, what did you do? Take a short screen, take it to the house. Isaiah Spencer, same guy we're talking about, leading the charge, blocking down the field. But then also we've seen a huge 40-yard, 50-yard, 60-yard completions vertically with who? Rico. And we've really only seen that with that one player. again, we've seen two huge plays out of Andre Hunt. But again, wide receiver screen, blocking down the field, straight shot, and what? Reverse.
Yep.
So when you talk about big plays from Jackson State offense, who comes to mind? Rico Powers.
That's right.
So from a defense standpoint, we want to see that being taken away, and that's why you're seeing it.
And then what about with Seven McGee?
I was going to say 7 next.
Getting healthy.
I want to just see 7 get back to himself. We were there when we saw him go down and in practice.
Last play of camp too. I mean,
literally last
the
play.
last play.
Actually,
they could
that ended practice. And we all thought that 7 was probably not going to.
He thought he was going to.
Yeah, the way he went down.
Right by him, and
it wasn't a good look. I'll just say that the vibe just immediately sunk, man, after that. And then, but to see him start to get back in the groove, start to come back, I think we all just want to see 7 just get in the flow. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out the coaches though for
yeah. I know everybody when they see him in the uniform, they want him to go, but
and they wonder why is he not playing?
Yeah, you got this big old brace on your knee, but I love his attitude. You know, had a chance to see him yesterday, man, and he was pumped up, man. He asked how many touchdowns he needed to get. I said, give me 7 of them. So let's make it 7, right? So
hey, my thing is 7 to 6. But I do want to shout out the coaching staff and any potential recruit or parent that's watching this program. Look at the way Jackson State coaches are taking care of your sons.
Yep.
Look at how we value your sons here at Jackson State University.
Right.
You know, we didn't see 7 as his, again, TC Taylor's first recruit.
Right.
First recruit that he actually signed was 7 McGee.
Right.
And knowing he's a high-profile recruit, we don't treat him as if, you know, oh, you're this great toy that we got to have. And we just value you as a toy here at Jackson State. You're a number and you're one of our sons. They valued him.
Thanks.
Treated them like he was one of their own sons because they went above and beyond in bringing him back solely because we cared about the health of the player, not what the player could do for us. So I want all parents and potential recruits to notice it because we've gone above and beyond to make sure he's not just 100%, but 110%, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well before he got on that field.
I take it a step further. I interviewed 7 when he signed with us, and I talked about, you know, why I asked him why did he commit to Jackson State, what stood out, and he talked about TC Taylor. He talked about this in his conversations with him. His words, he said, a father figure type guy. He said, I could see TC Taylor as the type of guy who will be at my wedding or in my wedding. So he got that in just a short amount of time, interacting with TC, and that's ultimately what swayed him to sign with Jackson State. So,
but to Zoe's point, though, we got a lot of recruits here today, man. A lot of recruits visiting Jackson State today, and that's why we got to pack the vet out, man. If you're watching this and was thinking about coming to the game and not really sure, come to the game. Come in the stadium.
It's important to be here.
It's WC Gordon Classic, man. Come in and we got to create that home crowd atmosphere. We need that 12th man's type atmosphere today, man. We need. It's a night game.
Leave empty.
Lights gonna be bright tonight. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's gonna be exciting, man. So this environment that we're gonna experience today, hopefully we get to 40,000 today.
We need to. I give you 3 reasons why we need a good showing. I mean, I give you plenty, but the first reason comes to mind. TC Taylor's first home game.
Absolutely.
Son, we got to come out and show up and show out, support him.
Absolutely.
Number 2, what they're gonna say is, oh, somebody. If we don't show up, they're gonna say, oh, somebody left, and look at them now.
Yep.
Look at the crowd. Look at the attendance. And then number 3, you know, we got, like you said, we got some recruits here. Like we want to show them because guess what? A lot of those recruits, they're looking at even the players, right? They're looking at the videos.
Players have been, and
that's what they're expecting to see. So we don't want to disappoint them.
They've been all saying they can't wait to play in the vet. Mm-hmm. So we got to give them that atmosphere that they saw when they was recruited here. Some of them came on visits against Alcorn. Some of them came on visits again for homecoming. So they seen that 50,000 plus in the vet. We got to have a good showing today. We know Bethune-Cookman is coming in. They probably not going to bring as many.
That's the thing. See,
they're not going to bring as many. We got to make it happen. Yeah. I don't even think they're bringing a band. But so the band is here. The band is here? I get to hear that fight song, man.
I don't care for it.
I like that fight song, man.
I got to say this. I'm a numbers guy.
Yep.
And just knowing what we have coming down the pipe here at the vet, this game is the most critical for our numbers. Because if we start off great, we're going to maintain the rest of it. Because you got to understand, homecoming is homecoming. It's going to do what it's going to do.
Right.
We're going to touch 50,000 for homecoming.
We will.
All right. Then we got Alcorn. If Alcorn's winning, then we're winning. Soul Bowl is going to do what it's supposed to do.
Right.
Then you got high school day. High school day is the cheat code because we're going to have all these high school kids in here.
Yep.
So it's going to do what it needs to do. This is the outlier.
Yep.
And typically, traditionally, we do very well on our home openers. But again, there's some other parameters, and that's why I want to touch on what Corey stated this, because this is TC's first home game. One of our favorite son is here, coaching his team. And we need to send a message, not just to recruits, but even our current team.
Yeah.
In regards to what their environment is going to be like. We don't need any type of letdown. We need JSU to be the best version of itself, but be true to itself and be its true, authentic self. So that's why today, for all my true blue Jacksonians, we're gonna have a little bit of nostalgia today. It's a night game in the bit, baby.
It's a night game,
and
bro.
not only that, wait till you see them boys come out today.
Oh boy.
Wait till you see them boys come out today.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
telling you, it's gonna be a few people gonna shed a tear today.
Talk about the look.
The look gonna be
Oh, yeah,
nice, bro.
look. It's gonna be people that possibly gonna shed a tear when they see them
Yeah,
boys come
bro.
out their tunnel today. It's nostalgia.
It's gonna be epic,
I'm
bro.
here for it. A night game in the bit. And so to add some context to this, you guys, for the past 3 years, the majority of our games have been during the day.
Facts.
This is a home opener, baby. And that thing's gonna be at night. And I don't know if you know, but night games at the vet hit different.
They do.
So look, I know the temperature's not gonna be as hot. We're still gonna be low 90s.
Yeah, we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all
I'll
right.
tell you right now, get in the shade in your tailgate, go and take in your libations, go and partake in everything you're gonna partake into. Because I'm telling you,
Somebody said I'm already out there telling you.
I need the energy. I need the energy on point. Look, leave empty. Every person that I come in contact with when we leave the stadium, you need to sound like me. Your voice needs to be gone. Leave empty today, baby.
Hey, give Coach TC a good birthday present. His birthday was yesterday. What better way to gift him, man, than to pack this thing
Hey,
out,
man, we
man.
got to have something coming. We got to
man.
have something coming. I got the best deal you get because I beat the Jaguars for my birthday, dog. You know what I'm saying? But TC gonna get his first win, his first home game for his birthday. What better gift to give Coach TC Taylor?
Yeah.
A JSU alum, lifer. He got number 10 in his office over there. They don't know we know. He got that number 10 on his desk right there. On his desk.
Yep.
What better present for Jacksonians to give a true Jacksonian than to get a dub at home at nighttime with that old nostalgic feeling that we're gonna have tonight?
We got two birthday presents to give out. Who else is celebrating a birthday? It's actually today. Trivia. Let's see who can get it in the comments. Okay. Oh, you gave it. I want to see if they get it in the comments. 80 Robinson,
Happy birthday, AD.
Today. So
wow.
Back TC.
Hey man, hey, Virgo season. We walk Leos out. I don't know who coming. We walk the Leos out. It's Virgo season, baby.
Oh my goodness, man. But no, to Zoe's point though, man, the look. Hey, I you know what? I get the bask in this a little bit. I get the bask in this a little. TD over there. Y'all can't see him on the camera though. I had a little request, dog. Remember that request, TD? Hey, shout out to our equipment manager, Dominique. Dominique. I love you, baby. I love you. Nostalgic? No, this one I went to. I asked for a little something.
Okay, and you got it?
I got it, man.
Can you reveal now or no?
No, okay.
If you can't reveal it, you tell me later. But I just want.
I'm gonna tell you off camera.
Okay.
Because I don't know, well, we don't break news, man. We let the school show what they show. But I'll just say it this way: it's in relation to the helmet.
Okay.
It's in relation to the helmet.
Just a little.
All I'm gonna say is that when I asked her for something very specific, and I ain't saying that she wasn't gonna do it anyway. I'm just saying I don't know. We've always seen, the helmets look a certain way, but I know I asked, and she didn't look like she was too happy about the request.
This is true.
She was looking like. I was like, man, I think I asked the wrong thing. Hey, but look, we went in there and we saw it. I was like, oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Just know y'all going to be happy with what y'all see today.
So that's what you get. That's what happens when you can't.
New unis, though, too.
No, when you can't clock, that's what happens. So, you can't clock. So I want to pause it right there. We'll get back to the football talking in the game. So I want to shout out these two brothers. First of all, I want to go back to TD as well. Everybody know the whole Miss No Great.
Oh, yeah.
1400, man. $10,000 going to the baseball team. I don't know if y'all have spoken on it since the video, since you didn't really get to do it live last night.
We did speak at it. We had an appreciation last night. Shout out to everybody who showed up last night at the event. And like we said, Corey, it was really just an appreciation for sometimes you do a lot and sometimes you have to give what you hope to get. You know what I'm saying? And you have to use it that way. So TD had an idea to show appreciation to those that support the channel, those that support the platform. And we we was like, you know what, let's make it into a big event. Now, it just so happened that it happened the same time. Zoe and I were here for Blue and White Week, and we were checking out the weight room with some of the Tiger Fund gentlemen, Brother Albert Leeson and Wayne Goodwin. We were over there with Beef, and we were talking, and Coach Omar and Coach Chandler Dillard. They came out, you know what I'm saying? They came out from the baseball field, and we just was talking. We was talking about getting them on Tiger Talk, man, and just chopping it up with them. And I think Zoe asked, Coach, do you need anything? You know, is there anything we could do for you? You know, he was talking. He got a cousin he was trying to get to Jackson State to take a look at, to recruit to the baseball program, and that's when Coach mentioned the camera equipment, wanting to get some cameras installed all around the field. And we was like, all right, cool. You know, this is April 13, 14, 15. It was blue, you know, right around that time for the spring game. So from there, it was like, okay, we'll get with you. You know what I mean? And Coach Dillard reached out to us a week or so ago.
Hold on, before you get that part.
Wait a minute. I think you got the dates wrong.
I think the dates are wrong.
It was before. It was the same.
No.
We saw 7.
It was in August.
It was the last day of fall camp.
It was the last day of fall camp. The day that 7 got hurt. That's correct. It wasn't Blue and White. Hold on. It's not April. It wasn't April.
The last day of fall camp.
It was August.
It was that day of fall camp.
So
It was the day we saw. Yeah.
That's right. It was the 17th or something like that.
Yeah.
That's right. It was recently. It was a short amount of time.
The reason why we were even over.
I was saying Blue and White Week because you were saying it.
They hadn't even started the weight room back then.
We can speak to it because the reason why we were.
No, the weight room had been started.
Blue and White Week?
Not Blue and White Week. They had. You're right. That's right. That's right.
We went to see the weight room.
Apologize, y'all.
We had to see the weight room.
We got our dates wrong. It was August. It was August. Last day.
It happened in no time.
We were going to see the weight room. That's why we were there.
It was the last day of fall camp. The scrimmage style. That's correct. With 7.
But I have to add this point though, because you missed a very valid point.
Go ahead.
When he actually, remember, the day before he contacted you, he contacted who?
That's right. So, yeah. So here's the thing. After that conversation, and this is the thing, coaches have seen what we've done. You know, we did the initiative for the weight room. We did the initiative with Coach Tamika Reed and a ton of other initiatives through the platform. Now, Coach Omar went to A.D. Robinson and actually talked to A.D. Robinson and said, "Hey, do you fit?" Asked if it was okay that he come and reach out to us.
Okay.
So we wanted to make sure we put that in there because that right and when Coach Dillard called us, me and Zoe got on the phone. We actually called A.D. Robinson on 3-way and said, "Hey, A.D., we wanted to let you know Coach Dillard reached out." He said, "Yeah, they did reach out to us. Let me know." And he's like, "Appreciate you for letting me know what's going on." He's like, "All right, cool. I said, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and work it out." And I want to say the camera equipment was $8,900, and we was gonna do 9K. So it was like, man, let's do 10,000 because it sound better. It rounded up to the nearest, 10. And shout out to everybody that donated, man. It was a quick initiative. It didn't take long to raise the money. And then yesterday around 10 o'clock, we went over to Coach Omar to the annex building, to his office, and presented him the check, man. And he was unbelievably appreciative. And it just does our heart some good to do that. We was excited about it. So again, just another check on the list, man, for the programs that we want to work on. And we're trying to show love to every sport that we can, but we usually start with a coach coming to us, letting us know what they need. So if they need something, it gives us a call to action, and we get active, man. We get active. You know how we do.
You touched on the event.
No, I ain't drinking no ginger ale, man. No, I'm good on that. I stopped doing it on game day. We be working too hard. But go ahead.
I just touch on the event, though. I know you just touched on it, but just to go back for everybody who missed it or didn't know about it, just kind of recap the reason why that event took place and just talk about that atmosphere. I was there, and it was, I told TD, man, if you didn't know anybody, you would think some big time event planning company.
They said TD was looking like Said Entertainer, man, rocking the fedora.
TD looked like
TD's rocking the fedora and the ascot. You know what I'm saying?
He ready to sing up there. I thought they were Ruben Studdard or somebody.
But no, we for those that don't know, Corey, we Zoe and myself, along with TD, KT, Dub, Rochelle, Nook, We started a foundation, you know, a nonprofit, which allows us to do strategic initiatives to assist Jackson State and student athletes. So it's a labor of love, man. Like I said, it was actually TD's idea. He pitched it to me, and we chopped it up about it. He wanted to just do something, you know. He was like, "Look, man, we was at Soleil. We did a live show on the platform, and he's like, next time we do something like that, let's just have an open tab, man. Folks come through and watch the show. We'll get them a beverage or something." And then what happened is yeah, we just
Yeah.
we were like, shout out to KT Dub for those that don't know,
Yeah.
brother Kevin. He had a frat brother that owned a location, reached out to him to get us the location.
Nice venue.
Very nice venue. Venue by Roseburg, who actually Miss Roseburg, Zoe and I met yesterday here at the vet.
Yeah.
Renovated the coach's office. Yeah, man. So
Head coach office and
the head coach office and the assistant coach's lounge, they redid it.
He did an
Unbelievable job. It looks amazing, by the way. We're not gonna show that because it was an amazing birthday gift for Coach Taylor. He didn't even know that they were doing
I didn't
it.
know that. I didn't know
He didn't know it. So she's
yesterday.
an amazing decorator, bro. So their venue is amazing. So we were able to secure it, and then things just started happening. Had moms come out and help, you know, do some catering. Yeah, the whole family, everybody came
I'll
through.
tell you what, you think we'll probably show some footage on Monday.
We got some footage.
I'm talking about the coach's office. That way, it's always already out there. They've seen it, as opposed to that way. Because
now, I gotta say this though. I ain't mean to cut you off.
Good.
AD Wells told us that we was able to go live from over there. Remember that?
She did.
She told us. Hey, look, I ain't saying we're gonna do it, but I'm just telling you. Now we gonna wait on the coaches to see how they feel about that space. You know, Coach TC is he very private and he don't like to shine like that. I think the thing that we took away from that, and I'll be done, Corey, when I say this, they renovated his office, but he was more excited about the assistant coach's lounge being redone.
Right.
But that speaks to the type of character that
How
Coach
he
TC is. He just always wants it to be about his guys, man. That's really how he is, you know. So, but about the venue and about the event, last night we had a great appreciation. We had about 150 come out, you know, and we just all, you know, got down with it, man, and had a good time.
Great food.
We loved on it,
model
man.
at
So we
every
appreciate
table.
it.
I'll say it, model it every day. So man, you took care of the people, man.
Hey man,
Hey,
we go above and beyond to make sure we let folks know that we appreciate them, man. So just like this platform, this Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club, man, we got 281, right at 300 people tuned in watching. And if you guys wasn't supporting what we do, man, it would make what we do very difficult. But it's the fact that you guys appreciate the content, which makes us work. You get paid for this, man? I don't get paid either. I'm just saying, like, just saying, labor of love. That's why but it's not about that. But what we just got finished talking about, controlling your own narrative. So we're gonna be consistent with it. We made a promise that we go live on game day, talk some football, and that's what we deliver. You see, look good. You know, we in the media room. We appreciate the staff for allowing us to know. Y'all don't see the Jackson State backdrop right now, but we are in the JSU media room at the vet.
Shout out to I'm gonna say it. Shout out to Nook for an example. Just to show you what we mean by what we mean by labor of love.
Oh man,
we had an event last night. The event Nook pretty much leaves around time I leave. It was about 10:30, I believe. Nook had to drive to Shreveport, Louisiana, because he had to be at work this morning.
Yep.
And right, it's like 6 this morning. So he's actually going to work, get off work, till they're right back here to Jackson to come support his Tigers.
Yeah.
So it's that type of labor of love we're talking about. We're talking about doing this. This is a typical weekend for us.
Absolutely.
This is every weekend ripping and running. And again, this is what we talk about when we say labor of love.
Rochelle lives up in San Francisco in the Bay Area, man. And she flew all the way in. She was everywhere. Y'all see Miss No Grace. She all over the videos like Suge Knight, man. She made him re-sing this happy birthday.
Look at this screen.
Oh man, watch it from England, came with Prime but stayed. Hey, Isaac, is that Antwi?
You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you're here.
Hey man, we appreciate the support, man. Absolutely love it, man. Appreciate you for letting us know where you're coming from. Anybody else outside of the States, man, let us know where you at. Oh man.
But no, it's that type of labor of love. But again, you know, every week you're gonna catch us with the Tigers. But again, we say it all the time. is a labor of love, and we do it. So the moniker is perfect for all of Jacksonians. Thee I love. We do. We love thee. You know what I'm saying? And every weekend we're gonna be here, not just us, but and we're gonna bring y'all along to ride with us. So, but yeah, we will probably on Monday. That way, all the coaches have seen it. That way, we can kind of show and give because we know everybody can't see in certain spaces, and we'll just show just the coaches lab. We won't show everything, but just the coaches lab. That way, they can get a view of the renovation, and we'll do the before and we'll do the after, so they can actually see it. It is absolutely gorgeous when you guys.
I think Pamela talking about you, though. Say, where is his red shirt?
Oh, you're gonna see me in all red. I'm gonna look like Santa's biggest helper when you see me at the game.
I'm in the tailgate area.
Y'all got comments. Let's answer
Hey,
questions.
any questions y'all got? Come on with it, man. We ready to answer some questions.
Y'all haven't been asking questions today. Just comment.
Hey, we got you now, man. We're gonna answer everything we can. Listen, when this is over with, we going to tailgate. So we coming to somebody tailgate. I'm gonna be the Blue Bingo. So I will say this though, I will be hosting the parents of Sir Riley today, flying in from California.
Sweet.
Got a call yesterday from Yolanda. Parents, they coming in, all of them, everybody. They flying in from California. I said, hey, they reached out to me and said, hey, man, we want to make sure that they have a great experience. I said, don't worry about it. So I reached out to Tiffany from Blue Bingo and said, hey, Tiff, what time to tailgate? We got some family we're going to bring over. She said, we can't wait to have them over. We started to eat at 2:30. So all the Blue Bingo Athletic Association members, y'all know tailgate starts at 2:30, but we'll be over in the tailgate area just kind of mixing it up. I'm excited about that, bro, because it's been a long time since we've been able to tailgate, man. We be working on Saturday, man. I'm just happy to be
work.
It's work, man. It's work, man. We got done late last night and jumped back up.
This is work.
Man, absolutely. They said they appreciate your interviews, D-Core C.
Pleasure, Ken. I appreciate the support. Thank you for watching. I enjoy it.
Hey, look, we're gonna be in there just we get to be fans again today. I get please more night games. Please, more night games. So we can work early, take all this stuff, break it down, put it up, take it to the house, come back and just bask in the whole atmosphere, man. So
and listen, I do want to because Corey actually showed. I'm gonna mention one good thing I'm excited about the game. The game is a 6 p.m. kickoff, so pretty much the whole entire second half will be under the lights. But I want to speak on that,
okay?
Because Kay and I, we tend to be kind of anal about certain things when it comes to JSU. This is my baby, you know what I'm saying? All things JSU is my baby. I'm anal about it. And so, as you know, we haven't really had any night games in a while. We had the SWAC championship game, which was under the lights, but even then, it wasn't the best version of itself because, you know, as you guys know, we've had a ton of lights out, and it's been that way for a few years. Well, all the lights are actually working in the event now.
Hey, we got a call last night while we were at the event.
Yeah, I told him about it.
We got a video call. You know, somebody was showing off, said the lights are shining bright, bro. So it's gonna be good tonight, man. It's gonna be real good.
Yes.
So do we want to touch that?
No.
We not.
And so did want to let you guys know that the lights, not only are all the lights working, but all the lights are like new. It's gonna be super bright. It'll be the brightest it's been in decades in the pit this season.
Ribs of chicken. I had some dinner work done on Thursday. I'm gonna have to say chicken, man. It's a little easier.
Look,
chicken, no gristle.
Let me tell you something.
I can't. When I get with I'm in the midst of some major dinner work right now, so I can eat, but I gotta eat something. I can't eat them. I can't go for them ribs right now. I gotta wait on it.
You asking a dude that ate Popeye chicken the day he got his braces put on? It's chicken for me.
Aaron, we interviewed Quay. I'm pretty sure you know that. Yeah, I know you saw. I guess you mean bring him back on. You want to see him back on the show since he got the.
Oh yeah, man. Listen, the interviews. I want to talk to. I owe Jaheim Hazel. You know what I'm saying, an interview after the vet.
Oh yeah.
After the vet experience. Now he did get banged up against Texas State, so hopefully he'll be good to go for the game. This is Buford Ken. What y'all about testing the waters at the playoffs? Hey, listen, man, if we could get in the playoffs, I'd be more than happy to go. If we can't get in the Celebration Bowl, without question, I'd love to do it. But obviously, it's a whole lot of football left. We got 7 SWAC games. We got to win all 7 of them.
We can't even like put that in the lexicon of our thoughts right now. We can't. We have to give Bethune-Cookman 1,000% of our energy. We can't even. I mean, I know it's fans, but even as a fan, like our energy and our got Bethune-Cookman. we got control, we control. And I urgently need to speak to that.
That's a great question from TD. That's actually a really good question. Now, I don't think the quarterback, Luke Sprague, I think is his name. He's solid, man. Sprague.
I forgot just that quick.
Is it
You maybe-
Sprague?
I had
Well,
it.
hopefully
and
after
you,
the
you
day,
threw me off. When he
well, after
did
the
Is
day
it Sprague?
Sprague, yeah.
Well,
Sprague.
when he played the doggone that dark side defense, it's gonna be splat.
Well, he the one. He left with his arm in a sling at the game after the Miami game. So it's potential that he's probably out for a while. We don't know, but if he plays, he plays. If he plays, they're gonna be past. They're gonna have a good balanced attack because he can't throw the ball. Now, if he don't play, we're gonna have to defend against. Now, this is why I say this. Bethune-Cookman does have decent team speed. Most of the kids that's on that roster out of Florida. We know the state of Florida is one of those speed states. Mm-hmm. But you're looking at kids that can actually run. So we're going to have to defend and run. But it goes back to those point, though. We got to tackle, man. And we talk about T.J. Finley, but I think we need to hone in on Malik Hornsby because we ain't
Malik Hornsby plays for Texas State.
I know that.
You said we need to hone in?
Hone in on our lack of tackling when he was at quarterback.
Okay. I thought you were talking about today. I was like,
No, what I'm saying is we talk about T.J. Finley picking us apart in the pocket.
I got you.
But Hornsby was a problem for us.
He was getting like 20,
so what that poses a fair question is how well are we against running quarterbacks? Now you got a team that like a Bethune-Cookman that could potentially have a three-headed monster at running back. They got a really decent running game. We just got to go play football, man. We got to go invoke the dark side defense back and just tackle better. We got to have gap integrity. The linebackers got to hit the holes. I think people want to talk about being spoiled with Shador. I'll give you two people that we've been spoiled with. I'm gonna give you two names: Keontae Hampton, Aubrey Miller. You get what I'm saying? So those are sure linebackers that actually, not to say that we don't have sure linebackers. I'm just saying when you look at the production of what we got from the linebackers, not even James Houston coming off the edge. I'm talking about who held that back end down. We have to get better on the back end, the second level of our defense. I ain't even got to the third level yet. I'm talking about the defensive line is going to do what they do. But if the defensive line gets beat at the point of attack, our linebackers have to be able to stand in the gap. They have to be able to cover that hole. They have to hit the right holes, hit the right gaps, and they have to basically stop it before it even gets started. And what we've seen for the past 3-4 years is that if Keontae Hampton, if number 40 is on the field, or if number 45 is on the field, or number 32, Junior Tate Davis, who's at Texas A&M, man, they were stopping them things up like sink stoppers. You see what I'm saying? So
never had to worry about that.
Never had to worry about it. So we have to get that. We have to play. I like that, Victor. We have to play bully ball. We have to.
If you had to choose who needs to make a statement this game, defense, offense, special team.
Special team. Who need to make a statement?
I was setting it up.
I'm gonna let Zoe have that. Special teams.
I'm not going there. I'm gonna stick to players because man, who I was living that to be. Yeah, special teams is obvious, but I'm sorry, man. On offense, who needs to make a statement? I'm gonna say in a strange way, just follow me. I'm gonna say Rico. The reason why I say Rico because Rico needs to come out this game and show because we're in strike play. He's one of the leaders of this team.
You say he needs to make a statement.
He needs to make a statement.
Okay.
But on defense, linebacker room.
Yeah. the whole unit.
Linebacker room needs to make a statement today.
I got somebody who go ahead. Go to the next level too.
No, I'm gonna say linebacker room. We cannot go into this game without a second level defense. Second level on the defense. Linebacker room, all of them, the entire room needs to have a statement game today. Because again, if that linebacker room make a statement, I guarantee you a dub. A nice convincing one too. If that linebacker room comes to play. Go ahead.
On offense for me, needs to make a statement.
I got one. Jason Brown. And we already talked about he's
I was gonna go there, but
I'm talking about the South Carolina State Jason Brown.
Okay.
Not South Carolina Gamecocks. I mean against South Carolina State.
That's good. That's a good fix. I like that.
That's what I want to see. So shut everybody up and let them know we good. We still good at QB. So yeah, make a statement for me, JB.
I like that, man. Man, I think the offensive line. I think the offensive line. I'm not saying they haven't had some. I want to see the offensive line. I want to see them make a statement today. You know what I'm saying? Bully ball, man.
Mm-hmm.
Go set the tone. You know what I mean? Go be physical. Go out physical everybody that get in front of you now. And on defense, he said like he took my linebacker thunder because I play linebacker, but I'm gonna say our DBs, man. Our DBs, and I mean from the left cornerback to the right cornerback, both safety positions. I mean all four positions. Make a statement. Let me see that. What you got? What you working with?
I mean, look. What do I always say? We don't get ahead of the university.
Go to Twitter.
Oh wait, it's on Twitter now, man. It's on Twitter now. Hey,
Go to pull it up and screen
look.
yeah, you put it you however you want to do it.
Twitter.com
That little bit of nostalgia.
/ go JSU Tigers FB.
I mean, we're gonna put.
Keep talking.
I'm gonna say, that little bit of nostalgia there, but no, Ken's right. I mentioned the second level of defense. I mentioned, linebacker play, but Ken's right. The DBs as well. Granted, we don't foresee or envision, Bethune-Cookman being this heavy volume pass the team, but
Tiger.
we got to get better on both aspects of it when it comes to the second level, because the defensive line stands out so much in their play. They're the most dominant, I would say, position group on the team. I mean, the fact that we got a defensive tackle leading the conference in sacks speaks to that. But on the tackle and third level of the defense, we definitely got to get better. So I definitely can agree with Ken on that aspect about the DBs. Need to make a statement as well.
TD said the coaches. I'm with it. Statement game against Bethune-Cookman. I think some big boys say the whole team. So let me say this on Twitter, man. Shout out to Austin and his team. ASVP. They dropped. Huh?
No, she said she just saw it on Twitter.
Good deal, man. Just saw that, man. Listen, we rocking that. Hey, the field got the beautiful video, by the way, too, man. Love the video.
Man, amazing.
I got chills watching that, man. Y'all know W.C. Gordon is the greatest coach of all times, man. And I say the with emphasis. And he means everything to Jackson State. He does, man. You can't think of Jackson State football without thinking of W.C. Gordon. This game means everything to us. So this is the first game is always dedicated to Coach W.C. And Coach W.C. was the reason for the red. He added that Gordon red to the uniforms, man. Our true colors is blue and white, but W.C. had said, look, we got to get a touch of red in that thing. So
go watch it on Talk with the 1400 Club.
Whole show on it. Had his son on
the
it.
origin of the red.
Absolutely.
The whole story. If you want to know how the red started.
Yep. And then one of the things Coach Prime did is he was the first one that we seen go with the full all red uniform. Like that was something that was a lot to take in for us as JSU. For though they was tolerating a little touch of red, but he was like, we going full red. We represent WC before we got out of here, man. And let's just say, man, we're gonna look good today. So I can say that now. So they showed the helmet, man. We got that. Listen, it's on Twitter. We can talk about it. I love that, man. That's on. Listen, man, we got the WC Gordon red block, white JSU in outline. We got the navy lid. We got the red face mask, man. I can almost cry, man. It's been a long time coming, bro. Nah, I ain't gonna add it. They can go. Let them go check it out. Y'all go to Twitter. We got to get them interactions, man, on the school page. Go to Instagram. Go to Twitter. Go to the Jackson State football page. You'll see the helmet. That's what we rocking today.
That's what I was talking about earlier.
We got the red, white, triple stripe going down the middle. We got the red face mask. It's been a long. So how long has it been since we wore that helmet, man?
The last time we actually wore that helmet in particular was
with the whole look together.
1990, the beginning of 1998.
Wow. 1998?
So
1998.
25 years.
25 years, bro.
1998 was the very first. What was the last time we actually wore that helmet in its entirety? Because in '99, we switched it up with the white blocks, with the white the red face mask.
Yeah.
So '98 was the last time we actually wore that helmet in the way that we know it to be. 1998.
I'm gonna say this though.
And we got to put that in context because we shout out to the 1400 Club, by the way, because I got to say this. 1400 Club and other entities on campus as well. We have fought and fought and fought. First, to get the red back, number one. But then number two, to get this helmet back. Y'all don't understand the battles that's been fought.
So I'm gonna go ahead and mention it now since they dropped it. We ain't breaking no news. So with TD, we were sitting in the lobby. You part of the show, even though TD behind the camera. Y'all know he part of this too. So we're sitting in the lobby.
Exit 119. Yeah.
Exit 119. Shout out to Canton, Mississippi, by the way. But no, Dominique, our equipment manager. I said, Dominique, please, pretty please, can we get just one game? Because I'm not a big fan of this. I'm speaking to my preference. I'm not a big fan of the logo and the number on the opposite of the helmet. Some people like it. I know Coach Prime was big on that. He did that a lot when he came. That's his thing. I don't know if they do it at the other school that he's at now, but I don't even pay attention to it like that. But here's my point. I was like, can we just give it to me? You know what I'm saying? And I asked for it. I was like, look, I need red face masks. I need red and white block. I need the red and white triple stripe. I need the logo on both sides of the helmet. Can we please? She delivered, man. She delivered, man. I'm good. We're gonna win today.
We gotta get the win though.
We're gonna get the dub, man. We got the spirit of WC in the building, man.
In my lifetime, I've been on
that helmet is special, man.
We got a whole lot more dubs in that helmet.
Oh yeah, it's not even close.
Way more.
At some point, we need to just embrace our history and like, not saying that we don't. And I'm saying like really, because we had a lot of over that time frame, that 25 years, we've had a lot of different looks, bro. It's like we've been at war with the uniform look. I'm happy that Coach TC is at the helm and doing what they're doing.
I'm gonna say something. I've said it all the time. We started phasing the red out in 1999. When we made it to the SWAC championship game, we had an all blue and white look with some red in the face, man.
Freshman year 1999.
Yeah, they wore it. They definitely wore it.
They may have worn it, but not the whole entire year. Because I remember in the '99 SWAC championship game, they had the blue helmet, say with the white block.
And what happened in the game?
We lost. But the point that I'm going to get to is
Antonio.
From the year, and Ken and I have mentioned it.
It still hurts me too, man.
Ken, I mentioned it to him too. It's like ever since the year 2000, what we know is Jackson State University. It left.
That's all I do.
We phased the red out. We got rid of the red block, and it was like
so
Jackson
many changes,
State,
bro.
Jackson State wasn't Jackson State. Coincidentally, it was the worst 20-year run in our entire history.
We got to stop getting to the place where we get away from things that work. Somebody will say, well, it ain't the helmet, it's the people that's wearing the helmet. That's true. But you're not going to say that, you know what I'm saying? When this is what was kind of sad in all of that. When people from that school that's our biggest rival was like, bro, when y'all wore that helmet, they respected that helmet.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
I could take it a step.
They was like, man, when I get BJ, shout out to BJ Jones, by the way.
That on Tiger Talk.
When we went to what was that? That was 21. When Coach Prime come back, there was a guy he returned, right? The look we had I love the look. Now it was a white face, man, but we still had the red block on it. Red and white triple stripe. But we had a really nice uniform. We had the navy pants, but the look itself, he said, now that looks like Jackson State. That's the Jackson State that put fear in folks' heart.
And that's the thing that I get to. It was like, when you guys see that helmet today, when you think of the blue blood Jackson State, that's Jackson State.
Yeah.
Now, granted, the look we're going to have in totality is going to evoke something different.
It's going to be different.
It's still going to be a beautiful look, but I'm just going to tell you, because when we talk about, I can speak to and lived it when we talk about the team right now. I'm going to date myself. We're going to warm up. the whole entire team got on red Nikes. Everybody in their gray shimmy shirt with the red block on their shirts, and they had their red block on the field. That look created fear, because you're talking about a dominant force. I mean, we were kicking tail week in and week out. So what I'm telling you is, you got that old thing back today.
Yep.
You got that old thing back today, man. So yeah, even again, we're talking about 1998. And most specifically, there's a photo of Sean Woodson, the great Sean Woodson, in
Shout out Wood.
in the real JSU uniform. I'm gonna send it to you too. Like when we talk about that look, blue on white with a little hint of red, with that helmet that you're gonna see today. That, and coincidentally, you know what year that was? 1998. So I'm telling you, that's Jackson State football. We inching it close. We inching back to where we used to be, little bit by little bit, but we on the way back, man. So knowing that we got that full lid back, there is no white face, man. It's the true W.C. Gordon red block JSU helmet. We wearing that thing today, and I couldn't be more ecstatic and more happy. Tell you, I might shed a tear today.
Man, the helmet added to the fact that it's a night game. Man,
It's gonna look good, man, on ESPN
man.
Plus, man. Y'all make sure you I'm gonna set my DVR to record it anyway.
Man,
I've been
stay lit.
recording the crap out of these games. Go back and watch them. So it's always good to be a part of the game, but it's also good to go back and watch it and just kind of see what we look like, on TV, see how the world views us, man. So I mean, great points, man. I'm excited. We saw the look. We won't get into what it looked like.
Hey,
Y'all will be here to see it.
And a full house at night in the vet. It's gonna feel like, I'm telling you, we're not just gonna have a feel of 1998. It's gonna look like 1998 when you watch that game. Full house, red block with a dub. Only thing missing is Dub C on the sideline. That's it.
He'll be here in spirit. The WC. Now, listen. Speaking of though, shout out to Terrence Jones and the stadium crew. We got WC Gordon Classic in the touchdown. I don't know if I've ever seen it in the end zone. Yeah. That look good, man. I mean, it's outlined in red. I mean, you can see that on the page. I've never seen that before.
To add to that, for the first time ever, you got red block in midfield.
Red block at midfield. I love it, man. I love it. I love
red block in midfield, man.
I love it, man. TD said, "Can we get the socks back too?" Hey, which socks is that, bro? Which one you talking about? Hey, I might have to go ask Dominique. We got to show Dominique.
You got to.
We got to show it to her. We ain't gonna. I don't want to get. I want to get a couple choice words coming at me.
When we were actually down for the Legacy Bowl, I actually there's video of me talking to TC.
Yep.
At the Legacy Bowl, and I'm actually showing him something, and I'm glad TD is here. And so TD was actually wearing a red jersey, you know what I'm saying, at the Legacy Bowl. And I saw it and I was like, bro, this is it. Well, it was a jersey, but it was kind of like a t-shirt kind of feel to it, though it's a jersey. But I was like, bro, I said I could kind of finagle that thing. I took a picture of it. I'm a creative, if y'all don't know. I took a picture of it. And so I did a collage. Remember? I did a collage, and I actually had the helmet that we're wearing today. And I pitched it. I did a TC. I'm like, bro, we need to do yada, yada, yada. Had these stripes like this because, TC was different. I mean, TC was different. It had Jackson, had State at the bottom, remember?
Yeah.
And it was a few more little things that we wanted to finagle. And I told him, hey, we're going to have this color, but this type, using TD as a template, basically. And we're going to do this. And I didn't even talk to Dominique. It's a true story. So Ken and I have actually seen the jerseys probably about 3 months now, about 3 months ago. And so when she
longer than that.
Yeah, so when she rolled it out to us, my mouth dropped because everything that I showed Coach TC was implemented in this look that you're going to see today. Everything. And I was like, it's amazing. I was like, I'm good. We're in good hands. And so, and coincide, now you're talking about having that jersey with the traditional JSU helmet with that red block. Man, we're going to look absolutely gorgeous when you see us today.
Yeah, Felicia, Miss Whitehead, you would have to, it's a subscription through ESPN. So you would either have to, I don't know if you use any of the streaming devices. If you go into the ESPN app, you'd have to sign up for it, or you can do it through your cell phone. But what is ESPN Plus now? $9.99 a month now?
They inch it up every few.
Every-
Actually,
every-
they've gone back up. I got a thing like 2 weeks ago. It's
Going
like-
up again.
Yeah, it went up again.
Yeah, so
It's probably anywhere from probably 9.99, 12, probably maybe 12.99.
but this is the season that why we get it. I mean, there's a lot of games on ESPN Plus, a lot of SWAC games. So
Yeah.
and other games as well.
Yeah. All right, we're wrapping up. We got 5 to 6 minutes left.
Gotta do them score predictions,
Phil.
man. You wanna go first, bro? Score predictions. What's the score prediction today, man?
Go ahead. You-
Oh, I don't do predictions. I say go Tigers.
Of course, I don't get into them scores, man. I don't really do them too tough, but I
Hey, man, I'm sitting at 500 this year.
I got close in a couple of them, but let's see. I was way off last week.
Yeah, we both for it.
Yeah.
I said 28-24.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah. Jackson State, man. What we,
I tell you what, man. Look, man. We at the crib, dog. We at the crib, and we got that red block on, dog. I'm gonna tell you right now. I know my coach is gonna be fired up. For those of you who don't know, man, TC is one of our all-time greats here, and
They know.
his family is going to be well represented today, man. That feeling of what we want to be at home in the friendly confines is going to be there. Add to the fact that it's going to be a 6 p.m. kickoff. Night games in the vet are magical. And Jackson State has done exceptionally well at night games here at home in the vet. And I don't expect anything less under these conditions. Everything's right for the picking. And again, I think we're going to play a lot better than what we have been. I know some people will probably try to gloss over Bethune-Cookman, but I won't, because that team actually has some talent. They got some players. There's some speed on this team too. I can tell you, believe it or not, this team will actually show a better showing this year against us than what they showed last year. Unequivocally, I'm telling you. But even with that being said, I do agree with Corey. I think JB is going to come out and have an inspired game today. I think we're going to get a full 4 quarters of Isaiah Spencer that we didn't get last week. But the main thing we're going to pay attention to is tackling them. I think we'll get just enough tackling from our linebacker play. But also, Bethune-Cookman play a different brand of ball than what we get from Texas State and what we saw last week. I am concerned about what we'll do in regards to kicking game this week. But at the end of the day, I don't think kicking going to matter with what we're going to do today when we get this dub. I am going to say this. I believe JB will have a great game today. I expect 300 yards from Jason Brown today. I think Jason Brown will possibly separate himself statistically in the SWAC race today. With that being said, I got Jackson State, man. I'm going to roll. I'm going to say 42-14.
So we hit a 40 ball, huh?
Well, hold on. We got that red block on. Hear what I just said. What we see right here. JSU by 40, 44-14. That's 30.
I'll say this, man.
54-14. My math bad. 54-14. JSU by 40.
Hey, what'd you say? It sound good when you said it.
I'm gonna say it. JSU by 40.
No, I you know what? You said something. I hope the kicking game is good today. We're excited about seeing the progression of that. If we do have some issues on the kick return team, I'm gonna just employ my strategy, and I would just say kick it out of bounds, kick it out of bounds, and let them get it from the 35. But no, we're gonna address that today. I'm gonna say, I think we get into the high 30s or close to 40 today, depending on. Hey, if we get to 50, I'll be more than happy. I'll be happy to be wrong, but that game was long last game. It was long.
It was.
They scored fast.
Man.
It was a long game, man. So it's a lot of, and we got a lot of possessions because they scored so fast, So looking at the Bethune-Cookman game, I think they're gonna try to. I think a strategy that they're gonna try to invoke is gonna be to keep our offense on the sideline. I think they're gonna try to run the ball, and I don't think passing the ball is gonna be. They'll have some opportunities. I think they'll try to take, but I think they're gonna focus on their running game. And when you do that, when you have a team that can run, we got to limit their first downs. I think it's gonna slow the game down. So I'm gonna say Jackson State 38-13. I'm gonna go 38-13. We win by 21 points. No. 38-13 was that 25. So if we get to 40, cool. I just think that in order for us to get to 40, we're gonna have to score some points in the first quarter. We're gonna have to really get off, punch them in the mouth early, and we'll see what happens, man. Like it's too many question marks I have as far as the adjustments. I got to see the adjustments. So I love what our offense did last week. It's just the other side that we got to see. And I expect that. Now, I say that with the expectation that it's going to be better. But, seeing is believing. I'd be projecting if I didn't, last time we saw it, last couple of games, we had a couple of opportunities. But 38-13 Bethune-Cookman. I know it was 48-8. But keep in mind, we won 48-8 last year on the Shador. We got off extremely fast. We scored, 3 touchdowns quick, and then we slowed down. So to get to 48, we got out fast. We had to start fast. So that's my take, man. I think 38-13. I like it. We win. We protect home field, and we go from there, man.
I think Isaiah Spencer's going to return a kickback today.
You know what? If anybody return a kickback, that'll offset some of our special team woes. I appreciate that. If we can, matter of fact, even if they just do to everybody else what's been happening to us. Just get good field position. Give our offense a short field. Put their defense in tough spots. So the special teams unit, I'm talking about from the snaps. Dog, we've seen every single thing that could have possibly gone wrong from our special team standpoint. So it's up from here. You know what I mean? So
the good thing about it too, being in the non-conference slate, is that what you actually want to have adversity.
We've had a lot of adversity,
and we also use the game of football as a barometer to life. Again, adversity. So how do you handle adversity? What changes do you make? How do you get better for it? Because again, now the season starts. I mean, I know we had a conference game with FAMU, but for all intents and purposes, it was a non-conference slate. Now only thing remaining is conference games. Because this actually dictates the rest of the season and how it's perceived. So we had adversity. Now it's how do we move and deal with it going forward? So again, Isaiah Spencer gonna return a kickback. 54-14, Zoe City, so it shall be done. 40 Burger, JSU by 40.
And Zoe, we got a minute left. What else?
Oh, at some point today, when we kick off, Jackson State will make JSU history. And SWAC history. Today. We want to elaborate on it until after the game.
History will be made today.
You'll know when it's made.
History will be made today.
Guarantee.
With Jackson State University, as well as within the Southwest Athletic Conference, man. So again, Jackson State moving the needle, doing things that's never been done before. We are the rising tide that lifts all the proverbial boats within the SWAC.
No doubt.
Well, I appreciate y'all, man. This will be a win for us trying to relocate back to Clinton so I can compete. There you go. Tyler Brown at 2 years. All right. Appreciate y'all, man. We went full screen on you. We didn't even talk. You know what? Jahari, the running back room is very healthy. We didn't touch on running backs that much, but I'm excited to see what they do. Irv, Moultrie, Miller.
What's the firm? Is it a firm?
M&M.
It's
4M, 5, really.
Oh, who's the
4M?
J.D. Martin.
Well, that's the 4th.
Oh no, J.D. Martin back?
No, he Alabama A&M.
Alabama A&M, that's right. No. I was just saying, is he back today? He'd be back for Alabama.
The letter M. It's 4.
So you have Irv Mulligan, you have J.D. Martin, you have Desmond Moultrie, you have Ahmad Miller, you have Kevin May. Amari Matthews. That's 6. Who else in the running back room? Well, Zeke Johnson. Zeke by himself. He over on there. We got 6 running backs with the last name M.
You know what they do? They just put a big M with 6 on the
M6. Hey, 7 McGee.
Who can play the running back? All
right, we good, man. Hey, appreciate y'all, man.
Hey, y'all let's get here. We got plenty of time. Tailgating. Night game. Lights. Let's go. Let's
If
go.
y'all see us at the tailgate spot, stop and holler at us, man. D.I. Love, go Tigers,
D.I.
man. We
Love,
appreciate
go
everybody,
Tigers.
man.